Hi, my name's Matthew Fleming-Duffy. I'm a mortgage broker with Knight Frank Finance. I'm a green finance advocate because I'm a mortgage broker and I know that properties are a big part of CO2 emissions on planet Earth, and I care about the future. I care about protecting people in their homes, and I think for them investing in energy efficiency measures brings multiple benefits. Most people that install energy efficiency measures to their property report back positive outcomes, and that's where I come in. I can help people borrow to make themselves have a better life. So one of the things we see as a common misconception around retrofitting is that a lot of people feel that this is just about your carbon footprint. This is just about doing things for the planet. And actually it can be that, as well as investing in your own home and your own future. Making your home more energy efficient can ensure you are reducing your exposure to energy price fluctuations in the future. Making sure your house is more comfortable to live in, and indeed can ensure potentially increase the value of your property. If I said to you or said to somebody, if I could show you a way of reducing your CO2 footprint by investing in your property, would you be interested? You'd most likely say yes. I think that's about half of people you would speak to would say yes. If I then said this might cost you £20,000 to £30,000, people would say, maybe not so interested. However, if I said to you, if I showed you a way of investing in your property where those investments could reduce your bills, could reduce your exposure to energy price fluctuations in the future, may indeed enhance the value of your property if and when you decide to sell, plus give you comforts around your home where the home itself is a nicer environment to live in, so it's more cosy, more comfortable, and you're doing your bit for the environment, would you now be interested? At which point people tend to respond, tell me more. Some people may choose to keep savings in their bank. When we talk about financial planning, we're looking at longer term objectives, which could be saving for weddings, could be saving for retirement. If we translate that to investing in your home, this can also be a way of safeguarding your own future. So for example, if we invest in this sort of technology on our property, we can see this growing body of evidence that suggests that this increases your value of your property. So all options need to be considered when we as mortgage brokers start looking at funding home improvements, and borrowing, of course, is where mortgage brokers can really assist, making sure that we're considering all different types of mortgages and borrowing options for those homeowners. Now, looking at individual circumstances, every person is unique. Working in financial services, it's a very difficult question to answer around what would you do specifically with a single sum of money, because this very much reflects on what that individual circumstances are. We talk about a pyramid in financial planning, that you need to make sure you and your family are protected. You need to make sure you are saving and investing, and that would include having a rainy day fund. So if you have only £5,000 available, it might not be a worthwhile investment to put money straight into something that essentially locks that money away. But if you have surplus cash, which is £5,000, then certainly investing in green technology, investing in retrofit measures could be a really safe long-term investment. Of course, if you don't have funds available to make your home more energy efficient, then borrowing is the most obvious next step. With any individual in the UK, they could have a variety of solutions available to them, which would include personal loans from your bank. It could include mortgages, it could include grant funding. If we look at this in its entirety, there are going to be short and long-term options, and borrowing is a way of spreading the cost of making those investments. A green mortgage is commonly defined as one that rewards you for either buying or owning a property that is already energy efficient. So a property that has an A or B EPC rating is likely to benefit from slightly better rates or incentives such as cashbacks. That's what we see as a green mortgage. You can incorporate EPC C into that if you're talking about investment properties or buy-to-let properties, and there are lots of products out there in the market currently, something close to 50 different product groupings. Then we need to talk about retrofit mortgages. Now there's a growing number of these types of products. There's around about 20 lenders or so that offer this type of solution, and this is where those lenders are actively incentivizing you as a homeowner to make your property more energy efficient. So taking your EPC rating up a banding or two is going to then move you into a position where you can again receive those incentives, which can be different interest rates or cashbacks. In the wider financial services market, you'll find access to grants, you'll find some personal loans, you'll find green home improvement loans with your existing mortgage provider, where sometimes they'll be at a zero interest rate. You can even find financial services products that are being provided indirectly by utility companies, by energy companies. Going beyond that, of course, this is where an intermediary's benefits really come into their own. So as a mortgage broker here at Knight Frank Finance, we do look at conventional mortgages, green mortgages, retirement mortgages, and even lifetime mortgages for older borrowers. So we're looking at all options available to make sure that that individual gets the right solution based on their particular circumstances and requirements. I want to help people make informed decisions and take practical steps around improving their property, which includes making their homes more energy efficient. That's what I do here at Knight Frank Finance.